Hey guys, how's it going? This is lesson 5.3. Kind of work introducing complex numbers. Basically, what a complex number is it's pretty simple to kind of understand. But if you look right here, it tells us that it may contain the parts a plus bi. Okay, so that'll go right here. Now, basically, what that means is the a part is the real number, and then the bi will be our imaginary number. And it's pretty simple to understand where if it's real or not. Basically, real numbers, okay, will not have the little imaginary I attached to it. And that's why it's pretty simple to see if it is an imaginary number because, again, it'll have the I attached. So it's a pretty simple concept. Nothing too crazy here. But this is kind of how it works. And I'll kind of give you some thoughts here so you guys can kind of see what's going on. So right here, you just identify. So this first one right here, and I'm going to actually put it in text. Okay, so 7 would be a real number, and then the minus 2i would be the imaginary number. Okay, so it's pretty simple. You look at b right here. That's just a 16, so that would just be a real number. And then you look at c right here. It's 5i. That would just be an imaginary. Then you can look at D right there, and you can split that one up as well, and it works the same way. Okay, so pretty simple stuff here for the first part. All right, now you go down to here, and you're actually starting to work some work. And so when you get right here, you can just type this into the calculator, and the calculator will have most of it for us on this imaginary stuff. So what you need to do on this is you need to understand where the calculator button is at. It's underneath the pi symbol. It's on the bottom left hand of your calculator. So if you go there right now, if you click that, a menu button will pop up, and basically what happens is once you type it in just like you see it, it's going to reduce it down for us, and that's all you have to do. So the I to the third, okay, if you type that in, okay, it's going to give us negative I. Okay, I to the 6 right here is going to give us -1. When you type it in, I to the 5 will give you I, and then I-20 is going to give you 1. Now, basically what you got to understand is the imaginary unit is basically replacing, and I'll just use a text. It is replacing the negative, or let's just put this, it replaces the negative in a square root. Okay, so basically that's what the imaginary unit I does. And if you look right here, okay, it kind of talks about that with your square root of -1 equals I. So I'll show you guys how to apply that kind of main concept right here to an actual problem. But if you just get I's by themselves, it's easy just to type them in the calculator, okay, and simplify them down. Okay, so right here, this is where I'm kind of talking about what you can do. All right, so you would rewrite this. That's the first step you need to do. You take out this negative right here, and you put the 64 just positive now. And then, like I was saying a while ago, you replace that with an I. Now, it's very important that you notice right here, the I is not underneath the square root. Okay, that makes a huge difference. And you can put this in the calculator on this specific one, or you can break it down. Okay, and it gives us -8I. Okay, then we can look at C here. Again, basically the first step, what you're going to do is you're going to rewrite it without the negative. Again, you're going to put your I on the outside to replace that negative, and then you would simplify this. Now, you're going to use the same technique in that calculator that we used last week. Okay, so it'd be 2 times 7 times 7. Okay, and then I would circle my 2 7s right here because it's square root, so you're looking for a pair. So this would be 7, and you go square root. 2 was not used, and then again, you can put your I behind this. Okay, now if you were doing a fraction one, just so we can see how to do one, again, you can just leave it like this, divide it by 18, and then again, put your I on the outside, and if it reduces, you can put it in the calculator, but for right now, I'm not gonna worry about one like that, okay? Real quick, I'm going to pull up the other sheet that we were working on in class. Okay, see if I can get to it real fast. All right, so again, you're just going to name these right here. So again, just real quickly, just another quick refresher. 5 is going to be a real number. Okay, negative 3i would be an imaginary. All right, so on and so forth. So that's what you do on 2, 3, 4. Again, when you're simplifying these right here, you would just type these in. So again, I to the third, I think we had already done I to the third. So it'd be negative I here. Okay. And then I'll do one more. Actually, I'll do 2 more. 10, if you break down 10, okay, so again, the first thing we got to do is rewrite it without the negative and replace the I here. When you break down 300, it actually gives us 22355. That's going to give us 2, 2, 3, 5, 5. So what I'm going to do, with that is I'm going to circle my 2s, circle my 3s, okay, and that's going to give me 10 on the front side. 3 didn't get used, so it goes back in, and again, my I, it goes on the back, okay. Don't put it in the actual square root. Okay. Now, sometimes what's going to happen is you might not have to reduce anything like on number 11. Okay. The 3 right here is as low as it can get. So all I would have to do on one like number 11 is just simply rewrite it. Okay. That's kind of the main gist of this lesson right here. Again, you're replacing the negative right here in your radicals with an I on the outside. Okay. And then you can usually put it in the calculator or do some other things. I appreciate it, guys.